Hi, my name is Ricardo, and I'm going to be presenting to you guys uh, the jet engine and the history behind it. Back in the early 1900s, they had propel-powered airplanes, and they were not fast enough, and they were really loud. And Frank Whittle wanted to produce something that was quieter and that uses the exhaust gases from the propel-powered airplanes in order to create more thrust. Isaac Newton used this theory with a balloon, which is his third law. For every action, there's a reaction. This is Frank Whittle, and he is the creator of the first jet engine, turbojet engine. The jet engine is created into three parts: the compressor, the combustor, and the turbine.
For that, the engine has compressors built into it. Modern engines have up to 17 compressors, one after the other. The numerous blades compress the air more and more. That way the pressure is increased by up to 30 times. But the compressors themselves need to be powered. This is done by turbines in the engine that are struck by the hot exhaust. These gases travel extremely fast after the explosion in the combustion chamber and set the diagonal turbine blades, similar to those of a propeller, into motion. This rotation is transferred to the compressors via shaft. It is a self-contained system. Frank Whittle handed in his invention at the patent office in 1930, but he lacked financial backing. The development stagnated. The Royal Air Force showed no interest either. So instead, Whittle worked on his training as an engineer.
This is Hans von Neuheim, a German physicist and designer of the first operational jet engine, the H.E. Heinkel 176.
But Neuheim suffered similar problems. The German government showed no interest. The decision-makers in the German Air Force lacked the technical understanding to properly evaluate this strange propellerless aircraft. In addition, the HE 178 had a very high fuel consumption. As a result, its range was very low. Then the course of World War II necessitated the development of a jet plane. Miracle weapons were needed.
This is the H.E. Heinkel 176. Its first flight was on July 20th, 1939 with a high speed of 466 miles per hour. This is the ME 262, aka the first operational jet-powered fighter aircraft with a high speed of 541 miles per hour. Its first flight was on April 18, 1941. But it was introduced in June 30, 1944, and retired the year after that due to takeoff complications. The nose would not dive in order for the wings in the back to lift up. They had to tap on the brakes at about 120 miles per hour in order for the nose to dive a little bit and in order for it to take off, and that was not a good thing.
The legendary Comet was the first passenger aircraft to be powered by jet engines. In 1957, the Boeing 707 was introduced. One of the novelties that made the 707 into a model for all modern passenger aircraft was the addition of a fan to the engine. In modern engines, this fan has taken on huge proportions. One of the functions of the fan is to act as a pre-compressor, an added compressor stage as it were. It also has a second important function. Most of the air sucked in by the fan is directed around the engine. This bypass air surrounds the engine like a coat, which means it remains cool and can thus work better. In addition, a thick sound-insulating air layer forms around the combustion chamber, in which a huge amount of noise is created. These days, as much air as possible is led through this bypass. This makes the aircraft more efficient, more economical, and quieter. The